save you for he gave his only begotten son.
Next on our showcase is someone who wasn't born into this family, but has put in the time and more than earned her spot. She's always happy to leave haters in the rear view, and when she enters the room, you will undoubtedly feel the glow. Of course, I'm talking about Naomi, who many of you may know has reigned as Jimmy Uso's wife and queen for over 10 years. There's the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman, and this could not ring more true than Naomi, who I will say is an absolute treasure. Jimmy will frequently speak during old bloodline planning sessions about how much her support and love drove him to improve as a superstar, always stressing her importance not only to the WWE Women's Division, but to his career and his life as well. In the ring, there is no denying Naomi's skills. The former women's tag team and two-time SmackDown women's champion has the mental tenacity to push through the toughest part of any match and possesses breathtaking physical skills. Naomi uses her dancing background to constantly innovate with her offense, resulting in some of the most beautiful moves you will ever see, unless you're on the receiving end of them. Naomi is an inspiration to so many of our younger members of the WWE Universe, showing a new generation that anything is possible if you just put in the work and never stop believing in yourself. Naomi has battled against the very best in the women's division, taking on foes like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Io Sky.
My favorite moment of Naomi was when she won the title in her hometown, Orlando, at WrestleMania.
To compete against that caliber and maintain the level of success that Naomi has for her entire WWE career is something worth, shall I dare say, acknowledging. Naomi has even teamed with fellow family member Tamina through the years, proving the family you choose can often be the most important. And in true Uso fashion, Naomi shows an unrelenting desire to win, to achieve greatness, and to dominate her opposition. Many mistake her smile as a sign of kindness, but they quickly realize their mistake as Naomi unleashes a flurry of kicks, flies at them with moonsaults from all angles, and then ties them up in knots. Naomi is having fun, but Naomi is never playing. And now, we take you back to the 2020 edition of Super ShowDown, which saw Naomi challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Unfortunately, a ridiculously lax referee decided it was just fine for Bayley to basically do whatever the hell she wanted.
Bayley's, oh my gosh, she's trapping Naomi's legs in her shirt.
And Naomi wound up suffering an embarrassing loss after Bayley used wardrobe to her advantage. Well, Bayley, we can pretty much guarantee that trick won't work again. This is your chance to help guide Naomi to a third SmackDown Women's Championship, and to do it by defeating one of the greatest competitors WWE has ever seen. Your wise man has nothing but respect and admiration for Bayley's abilities, but those abilities are eclipsed by Naomi's extraordinary trinity: smarts, strength, and aerial attacks that should give all of you everything you need to get the win and the title.
Gentlemen, it's glow time! I got an idea, Saxton. Why don't you glow home?
No, I cannot, Corey.
When asked earlier this week about this matchup, Naomi said it is an honor to be here, an honor to make history, because for the first time ever, a women's championship will be defended in Saudi Arabia.
Naomi certainly has momentum on her side, and as we've seen in recent weeks, it appears as though Bayley has at least a healthy respect for Naomi.
Well, so much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history. You think back to Naomi being the winner of the inaugural WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, being the first African-American SmackDown Women's Champion, and tonight, once again, an opportunity to make history in her career.
And gentlemen, when Bayley was asked about this history-making match tonight, she said, of course I'm part of this, because history is made by winners. And I'm going to become a role model for everyone here tonight in Saudi Arabia, and for everyone around the entire world.
I asked Bayley her thoughts on this match. She said, new country, same sheep. Bayley is nothing if not confident headed into this match.
Oh, and everything you just said is indicative of the new attitude, the new personality of Bayley.
Bayley has been SmackDown Women's Champion for a record-setting 279 days. She's won every title available in WWE. The NXT Women's Championship, the Raw Women's Championship, the two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, a Tag Team Champion, a Money in the Bank winner. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beat Naomi.
And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi, and a huge pressure on the champion.
What an exciting moment for both of these competitors tonight, but once the bell rings, it's down to business. The SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Orlando, Florida, Naomi. And her opponent from San Jose, California, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley!
For the first time ever, we have a Women's Championship match here in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. Bayley against Naomi. Will Bayley's record-setting reign end here tonight? Guys, it's a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beaten Naomi.
And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi. And a huge pressure on Bayley.
Yeah, but Bayley thrives under pressure. Her resume speaks for itself.
We've said it time and time again. Naomi may be the most athletic woman we've ever seen compete here in WWE.
Yeah, Naomi wants to depend on athletic maneuvers, while Bayley wants to be more methodical and fight a more classic wrestling style.
Bayley climbs the turnbuckle.
From the top.
Crash and burn.
Crashed and burned on the outside.
The worst case scenario when you go high risk.
Adrenaline pumping. Here she goes.
Soaring through the air. And connects.
Soaring through the sky and crashing onto their opponent.
Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the pace in this. No. All the way down to the floor.
Reckless and foolhardy. You can't just hurl yourself out of the ring like that without knowing for sure that you're going to connect.
It was a terrible landing, but looks like everyone's okay enough to continue. Holy timed offense there.
And I think it was you, Byron, who asked Bayley if she changed. And she said, I didn't change. I just did what I had to do, and look what I've done.
Well, you're right. Love it or hate it, Bayley's doing what she's had to do by hook or by crook to maintain a stranglehold on the SmackDown Women's Championship.
And an answer from her. Neither superstar giving an inch here. Turns it around. Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here. WWE Universe appreciating these athletes going all out.
Naomi, feel the glow. Submission, locked in. Is it over? A couple of knees and then another one, and that'll force the break. Quick thinking from Naomi. Byron, you've talked a lot about this change in Bayley and how people can't believe that this is the type of person she's turned into.
Well, it comes down to career frustration. Bayley is frustrated with her career progression. The way things were when she was hugging and smiling.
It's not about frustration, Saxton. It's about realization. Bayley realized she never got the respect that she deserves from the WWE Universe.
Off the ropes.
Leg drop.
Sent hard into the corner.
Naomi had it turned around.
Oh, no! Someone call the orthodontist. Being placed onto the top rope.
And here we go. Championship's on the line. Naomi's got Bayley in trouble up on the top rope. This could be Naomi's moment.
Smart move by Bayley, protecting her title and going to the eyes.
Oh, what a kick. Bayley is down and in trouble.
Quick thinking by Naomi, looking to close this one out.
Nobody home. Bayley wisely moves out of harm's way. What's Bayley trying to do here?
What the?
I think Bayley's trying to trap Naomi's legs in Naomi's own shirt.
A great counter by Naomi. Naomi ducks underneath, and we got a standoff. Great match so far.
Well, Bayley thought she had Naomi, but the challenger was ready.
Well, the champion has to find a new strategy in a hurry. What a head scissor takeover.
Naomi feeding off the WWE Universe, inching closer to recapturing the championship.
She's vulnerable, up on the top turnbuckle.
You know what, guys? I was afraid it was going to get to this point.
Top rope!
Superplex!
And she reversed it. Into the chop block, a debilitating counter there.
Uh-oh.
Caught with a jawbreaker.
Bayley's got her hook. Oh, nice suplex.
Making way towards the top rope.
From way up. What?
You gotta be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense, but I can't say it didn't pay off.
Look at this. This is outrageous athleticism. What a head scissor takeover.
Timed counter.
Chess match of counters and reversals happening here.
Into a powerbomb.
Sharp elbow to the gut turns that one around. We're seeing one response after another. Neither superstar gaining a foothold.
This athleticism is off the charts. Boom. She better hurry or she'll get counted out. No way.
Cross body.
Whoa.
What a display of fearlessness we just witnessed.
That's the kind of attitude you need to take yourself to the next level.
She throws her back in.
Did you see that? Propelled through the air.
And Naomi has taken the upper hand.
And Naomi can...
Sunset flip applied. Not done there. Feel it, guys. There it is. I'm feeling it.
And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap.
Calls out the rear view.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this. Oh, she has her right where she wants her. Boom! Rear view. Connecting.
Oh, we headed towards a title change.
Bayley and Naomi both worn down, both exhausted.
Naomi is some athlete. We might be moments away from crowning a new champ.
Goes for the pin. No, we did it! We have a new champion!
Here is your winner, and the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi!
Bayley's stranglehold on the SmackDown Women's Championship has ended. The Glow era has begun.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Atha and Sika, without the wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Atha and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Atha and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the wild Samoans, accompanied by Captain Lou Albano. The trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the Wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the Wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the Wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the Wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then, a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the Wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the Wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys? And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these four men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
And here they come. Bubba Ray and Devon are ready for a fight.
That's just what they'll get from Afa and Sika, and then some.
The following contest is a tag team tables match. And at a combined weight of 603 pounds, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz.
It takes a strong brotherly bond to agree to go into battle against the Wild Samoans, but that's exactly what Bubba Ray and Devon have.
I have a strong feeling this match isn't going to be for the faint of heart.
Oh, look, the Dudley Boyz may not be all there in the head, but they're easily the most highly decorated tag team in pro wrestling history. They've beaten the best, they've beaten the toughest, and they're ready to come in and beat the wildest tonight.
Both the Dudley Boyz and the Wild Samoans are coming into this tables match with something to prove. Who's the best tag team of all time? Who's the more cohesive, brotherly unit?
Who's more savage? Who's more extreme? Gentlemen, we are moments away from finding out the answers to these questions once and for all.
Guys, this is going to be a great one. You can feel the electricity already.
I feel the excitement and some fear, too.
Welcome by Captain Lou Albano at a combined weight of 645 pounds. Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
This tables match might be a dream match for many, but for both the Wild Samoans and the Dudley Boyz, this is about to be one team's greatest nightmare.
Alpha and Sika clearly not looking to back down here.
The Dudleys can certainly handle their own, but they've never faced anyone or anything like the Wild Samoans.
Those mean looks on both Alpha and Sika's faces, I'll tell you, they're out for blood. And the Dudleys are about to walk right into the Lion's Den.
Two-on-two tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boyz taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your minds. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boyz and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense.
Oh no, he is in a bad way.
He got busted wide open by that attack.
And we can harp on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley Boyz. With a famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the T, TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means lots of them.
Yeah, and if Bubba Ray and Devon can get the Wild Samoans through a table tonight, it will really add to the Dudley Boyz' legacy even further.
Crippling attack on the knee. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, Cole, this has the possibility to completely unravel here.
Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boyz match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Alpha and Sika want to do is rush head first into a table. After all, that's exactly how you lose.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it would take for the Dudley Boyz to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer?
From the top! You gotta be kidding me! I can't believe what we just saw.
I can't believe that didn't miss.
And they were just sent flying on that one.
Talk about intimidation. I'm not sure if it's resilience or stupidity that's going to drive you to try to come back from a move like that.
Devon creates an opening. Nothing fancy there.
Alpha turning up the intimidation factor.
Low drop. And Sika just got torn down there.
From the top.
Alpha and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
You can see the intent behind that attack. Exploiting the arm must be the strategy here.
Grabbing a kendo stick, any connection with flesh will definitely leave a welt.
Oh, a headbutt right to the shoulder.
That's using your noggin.
That attack was enough to shake up Sika. It knew what was coming there.
A chain of reversals here, every motion getting cut off.
Fought off with an elbow.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Alpha or Sika headbutt.
Uh-oh, headbutt. Nothing fancy there. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now?
Off the barricade.
He gets back into the ring.
Popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise.
He's able to reverse it.
And now he's looking to lock in this submission.
Fighting to escape, and he gets out of the hole, but some damage was certainly done there.
I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality.
They for sure answer yes from the top.
Oh, brutal miscalculation.
Look out.
Launched into a German suplex. Bubba Ray executed the plan.
Bubba hits the Bubba cutter. That was the Dudley Boyz showing the Wild Samoans what tag team wrestling is. Popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley Boyz in there.
He's got a plan for that table, and it does not involve a dinner party.
Being carried around now. And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley Boyz at their own game.
Devon and Bubba pushed Alpha and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.